Hey, it's Tyler again with Citizen Representatives. I just wanted to do a little commentary, talk a little bit about what happened yesterday in the Capitol. There was Trump invited a lot of supporters to come and do a protest, and there ended up being some violence and things that were not very nice to see. But the question is, why are people so upset? Why are the Trump supporters so upset? And one of the reasons being, they don't think the election was fair. Part of what we aim to do with citizen representatives is to help create a system of voting that there's less ambiguity, there's less uncertainty about the results of what happens in the elections. And so part of what that entails is using technology based on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you're familiar with Bitcoin, is a cryptocurrency. It's peer-to-peer. You can send money without any intermediaries. The network is secured by individual computers and other larger networks of computers that do individual calculations. I'm getting too technical with that, but basically it's a decentralized way of securing a system of currency. What we aim to do here is use a similar technology. It won't be Bitcoin specifically, because Bitcoin is not really set up to do this type of thing, but there will be and there may be a system that exists out there already. But what we are trying to do is create a way that people can submit a vote and know that that vote is being counted, and there's only one person that can submit a vote. So this is what how I envision it going. Now, citizen representatives is a decentralized way of people in a district coming together to help elect a senator or representative, and we come together to vote on the bills that are put forth in Congress. So let's say you're in Nevada's 1st District, for example, and the congressman or woman there, you help elect them, and you would, as citizen representatives, come together and vote on what they're supposed to vote for, or what they're going to vote on. Part of the system is you have to be able to trust what the citizen representatives are doing. We don't want any sort of questions about what's going on there. So we have to create a system, a secure voting system that there's transparency and trust between everyone. So that's where the cryptocurrency idea comes in. There wouldn't be a central storehouse of information where the votes come in. It's all decentralized. People would be able to vote on their device, or on a computer, on their phone, on their tablet. It would all be secured. And once they submit that vote, they can see that it's being counted. They can be assured that the other votes are counted. There's not a centralized, like I say, there's not a centralized spot where the votes are counted and collated. So coming back to what happened on January 6th, there were protests. People are very upset about what has happened. They think the election was stolen. I think a system based on cryptocurrency or something similar would be a great step toward helping restore some faith in the elections. Now, what we're doing initially is not going to be rolled out nationwide. We will need a system that will be specific to the citizen representatives. That will still be, an anonymized public ledger that can be verified by anyone. Eventually it will roll out nationwide, but with most voting systems, they all begin where the voter is registered. Now, when someone becomes a citizen representative, as we're calling it, they'll have to have their ID verified. It will be verified by 2 people of opposing parties. so that there's not a possibility of people becoming registered more than once. Most likely we'll have some sort of biometric identity confirmation, either facial recognition or something like that. So someone can only be registered to vote in one spot. They can't be registered anywhere else as a citizen representative. Now, this is not directly related to any sort of voter registration on the state level. So there, at least at this point, there won't be a direct connection between those. So if you want to vote in the actual election, you still have to be registered there. But the process would be to verify that identity and make it so there can only be one person voting in a particular name. Then as these bills come up and are put forth in Congress, then people will vote on them. So please let me know if you have any questions. Please help us out by liking this page, sharing the video, subscribing, doing whatever you need to do to help us to put this idea forward and get it out there. Citizen Representatives believes that change can be made without violence. We condemn all the violence that was committed at the Capitol building and encourage supporters of both sides to avoid violence at all costs.